down 2 months ago as she runs for governor in a crowded Democratic field. It's likely a short-term appointment for Miller, as the next governor will select their own department heads in 2027. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court agrees to hear a case to discuss whether ICE detainers are considered legal. The Wisconsin ACLU is suing 5 sheriffs on behalf of Voice de la Frontera for teaming up with the feds to house immigrant detainees for longer than 48 hours. The attorney representing the sheriff's office says the ongoing partnership with ICE is legal. The ACLU claims under state law, police holding someone past their release time because ICE asked for it is unlawful. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host. I can't do this. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna roll as they say, solo dolo. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So it's just been a day. It's been a day. Now I want to tell you what happened. Maybe I'll tell you after Dr. Ken's Truth, so that it's more palatable by then. I'll give you something positive to start out with. I'll give you something you can use, something you can take into 2026 and understand what's really going on with your life. So what I'm doing, for those of you, is I'm trying to be as positive as possible every day. Every day I want to figure out between 1 and 3 things to tell you about what's going on in Milwaukee, what's going on in your life, and what you can do in order to make 2026 just one iota better than 2025. Is that fair? I think it's fair. I've had a lot of dramatic and traumatic, not really traumatic, but, things happen to me today, and it has been bothering me, and I almost changed my opening because I said, if I don't let it out, then I'm going to be like that guy. Good morning. What's good about it? And then it'll go downhill from there. But you don't want to do that. Why is that? Because we're talking about self-development in 2026. I keep telling you, it's overlooked. It's the most powerful thing you can do, and it's the most overlooked thing we can do because we're always constantly trying to change other people. And then when you remind other people of the things that they do that affect you directly, they don't really care. Why are you attacking me? Like, what? No, I'm trying to let you know you did something that detrimentally affected my life, and you didn't care. But in the real sense, just develop you. And one of the things you have to learn, you have to master, you have to know it, you have to live it, you have to curate. Now, you know what curate mean, right? Pick only the best, only the quality, the lean, the phenomenal. We curate everything except our own environment. Not just where we live or who we hang out with, but like I talked about before, the energy we let other people speak into our lives. And so we can't say this enough. You cannot build a new life in the same environment that broke the old one. Can't put new wine in old bottles. So I want to have you look at 3 transformative things Black people have to do in 2026 if you really want to curate your environment, if you want to make sure the people that are around you allow you to level up your own life. It's really simple, but they're not small. They're not comfortable, but it's something you're going to have to do. Number 1, you got to clean up the clutter. Physically, digitally, and emotionally. All that nonsense and voice and stuff in your head, sometimes you're just going to have to let it go. Now, if you don't want to let it go, then that'll be what number 2 talks about. But the clutter you have physically, at home, in your car, on the job, on your desk, digitally, all that crap you got in your email, all the crap because you got so many emails, and then emotionally. You need to upgrade your input. What you watch, what you hear, what you read, what you consume, who you consume is number 3. Reassign people's position in your life without guilt. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you need them, no matter how much you have them, if that's your choice. But if you choose to leave the person in your life, then you need to clean up the clutter and upgrade your input. So let me dig deep. If you want to clean up the clutter, you have to change your environment. This is the first place to start. We carry too much stuff. I looked at my bag today, and I'm carrying it out of the trunk of my car, and I'm thinking to myself, why do I have all this stuff with me? I've got 2 laptops, I've got 2 books to write in, and that's the ADHD, right? I might need this. I might need that. I might need this. I might need that. Well, let me take this one. In case the Wi-Fi don't work for this, I can use it. And next thing you know, you got 900 pieces of the same thing in the same bag when you only need 2. The environment you wake up in every day sets your tone, your stress level, your sense of control. So if you sleep in clutter, you wake up in clutter, you live your life through clutter, you come back to clutter. Cluttering is not a chore. It's not cleaning up. It's self-care. It's mental liberation. Your home should feel like a place that feeds your mind and not drains it. Closets full of clothes you don't wear. That's exactly what I literally started doing this last week. I have so many clothes in my closet that I can only move. Like I literally have to take something out in order to put something in. Well, now what I've started doing is that when I take it out, I look at it, and if I can't remember the last time I wore it, I literally throw it away. Drawers full of papers you don't need, just throw them away. Rooms full of items that take up space but have no value, add no value, and give no value, throw it away. When your space is messy, your mind is overwhelmed, your home is chaotic, your thoughts are scattered, clear it out. But then there's this thing, right? Called your phone. It's a part of your environment. Why do you still follow people that irritate you? Why are you still friends with people that irritate you. I mean, that you down and out hate. They stole from you. They did something to you. Why you subscribe to people who speak negativity all day long? And then get mad, throw your phone. Like, why are you on it anyway? Before you wake up, oh, I gotta check my phone. You're not even out the bed yet. Unfollow, mute, delete, and clean up your digital space like your peace depends on it, because it does. But emotional clutter, this is the one that people have trouble with. The grudges, the anger, the insecurity, the trauma you never address, the expectations we're carrying that belong to someone else. But here's the kicker. If you don't express those expectations repeatedly, you can't guarantee that a person hears you. You can't tell somebody 1 year and then 3 years later say, hey, I told you. Well, why didn't you tell me again? We have to remember that. Emotional clutter has to go. A cluttered heart cannot operate in clarity. Curating your environment begins with clearing your space inside and out. Now, that doesn't mean get rid of people. That doesn't mean cast people off. That means you have to change you, where you readjust in how you interact, and that if you're going to have a relationship with the person, you have to communicate and be open and be honest. But in order to do that, you have to upgrade your input. Watch, what you read, what you consume. Your environment shapes your thinking. You have to be intentional about what you put in, what you watch. If you feed your mind nonsense, chaos, violence, gossip, foolishness, don't be surprised when your mind becomes chaotic, unfocused, and anxious. Watch a documentary, interview with thinkers, listen to 1017 The Truth. Listen to business content, spiritual content, leadership. And don't get me started with the music. Music is powerful. Podcasts are powerful. Radio is powerful. And you know the truth. But if you listen to negativity and it lowers how you feel, it invites confusion and anger and hopelessness. And basically, if you can't speak life, well, you can't speak life if all you do is consume death. That's why I try to stay away from all the shootings and the homicides every now and then. But then you got to look at what you read. 10 minutes a day is all you need. 10 minutes. You got books, articles, bibliographies, Bibles, self-development. You got all this stuff. You have YouTube. I was explaining to somebody today. They were like, well, where can I get some resources for such and such? And I said, well, go to YouTube and then search this. He said, well, YouTube has a lot of stuff. I said, yeah, YouTube has pretty much everything on it except pornography. And the way some people dress, I would question it. But if you curate your environment, that means that you choose what you watch and where to find it and what your source is, and you get the good stuff. The conversations you allow, not every conversation is harmless. Some conversations are poison. Sometimes you be with that person that's always dusting up nonsense. You just can't be with them. Upgrade your input. That means your environment has to shift. And then finally, reassign people's position in your life and don't feel guilty about it. If they are dragging you down, if they don't add value to your life, watch this. I'd rather have you drag me so I can do something and interact with you and help figure it out than to have you just neutral and not adding any value and not draining, but then dragging you around is like, why are you here? People that are toxic, controlling, diminishing your dreams, they have to support you. The one who only calls when they need something or when something goes wrong. But who's celebrating you without the drama? Who's loyal to you? Who's present for you? without the drama. It's important that we remember, not out of hate, not out of self-respect, growth requires separation. Elevation requires boundaries. I said it before. Peace requires pruning, and reassigning people is not betrayal. Sometimes you just got to kick them to the curb. Without guilt, without explanation, your circle is going to determine your ceiling. So you got to choose wisely who you hang out with, because the truth is simple. Your environment is either growing you or shrinking you, healing you or hurting you, preparing you or preventing you. 2026 should be the year to reclaim control of the space around you and the space within you. Curate your environment. Pick the rich things in life, like your future depends on it. And it does. But then again, if all else fails, you can just be bougie.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform. And on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You
listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But I'm going to read that later. One of the things I want you to understand and know that you got to change your 2026. Worst case scenario, if you're bougie, then you can just carry everything and then people get all mad at you, but you don't care because you're bougie. You don't care. I'm not going to say her name, but somebody on the talking text line said, Dr. Ken, you bougie. And then somebody said, I thought you only called girls bougie. And I was like, what? Like, who told you that? And then I remember it's a different generation. They have divided and dissected, and they think the world revolves around them when, in fact, it doesn't. But we're going to let them think that. Yeah. So what did you all think before I jump into my show? What did you all think about Trump giving everybody born between January 1st, 2026 and December 31st, 2028, $1,000 to put into a 401k? 833-212-1017 is the number. So, Glenn. No, I'm not going to say you're going to have no kids between that time. Ooh.
That's a very short timeline.
It's only 3 years, dude. That's not a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
I don't have a wife yet, though. I want to do things the traditional way.
Clearly, these days, people don't care about that. People don't care about that. So just go with the flow. Would you collect your $1,000 if you had a child between now and December 31st, 2028?
I mean, yeah, but that money would immediately be going to diapers and clothing. I don't know.
No, it can't go to diapers and clothing.
It's a
use
401k.
It for 401k. Yes, sir. You cannot. It has to be invested. It's going to be in an index fund until they're 18 years old.
Yeah, when we talk about financial literacy, I think it'd be something good, between you and your partner, obviously, to have put away and kind of grow it as it goes.
No. You don't get to put it away. It gets put in a 401k in an index fund for your child, and they get it at 18. You don't get to do nothing with it. You don't get to play with it. You don't get to transfer it. There's no Uniform Gift to Minors Act. They get it when they're an adult. The cool thing about it is that could literally generate somewhere between, $50,000, $75,000, and $100,000 if they do it right and if they add to it.
Well, I was going to say, what would be the interest rate on it, or what?
It wouldn't be an interest rate. It would be whatever the market would do. But the S&P 500 has averaged somewhere between 8, 9, and 12% per year since. I'm sorry, in any 10-year period between 1929 when it was the crash and today. But people don't think like that. They think what happened yesterday. You pick any 10 years at random, and the market's always been positive. And so compound interest is the best way to make money, but for some reason we've lost that. We want to buy it now. We want to spend it now. And if you would just compound. Now, think about this. If I had a job, I would tell my boss, hey, instead of giving me a bonus, put the money in my child's 401k. Put my bonus in my kid's 401k. I'm going to put some money in it. Hey, can you match it instead of matching me? And your kid can become 30 years old and be a millionaire. And I don't think nothing about it. Think about that.
Powerful stuff.
Guaranteeing. Somebody's like, well, that's like socialism. If I'm going to give money away, I'm going to give it away so I know in the future I'm going to have 3 times that, because the same money that you gave away, when it grows, you get to tax it. And it's like people forget about that. I heard a huge fight today on one of the business channels about that. It's socialized medicine. Okay, not everything socialized is bad. Not everything socialized. Socialism is bad, but not everything socialized is bad. Sometimes you got to help your neighbors. But people need to understand, the money doesn't go to you. It goes to a brokerage account that somebody manages for your child until they reach 18. If you raise up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they shouldn't depart, then you should be able to help your kid do right by the money, go to college, go get a degree. And from what I'm hearing, we got to be careful telling kids to go into the trades, because the trades, in many cases when you're new, they don't pay a lot. They don't pay a lot. They pay $35,000, $40,000 a year when you're new. So when you talk about you can make $100,000, that's the guy that's been on the job 20 years. And the union, he's at the top of the scale, and he gets overtime and time and a half and all that, or works on a project. Where when I go, I'm working, and if the project starts in 2025 and it don't end until 2032, I-94, then you might get paid that, but don't pretend like you're going to get paid a lot of money if you go into the trades when you're first starting out. But I think it's a great idea. I think that it is a phenomenal idea. And I strongly believe that it will set up the next generation of children for the rest of their lives. I do. I think it is one of the most phenomenal things I've ever seen. And I know you don't like it because it's Donald Trump. I don't really care. I think that anything that's going to help my child, think about them black babies coming from families where people are struggling, who are going to end up being millionaires by the time they're 30, if they do it right, and if we treat them right. So, before I take security mic, Dr. Caselius, Dr. Means, and Dr. Robinson, who was on my Truth Summit for the education panel, I need you to put financial literacy in a class, not a part of a class, but an actual class in your curriculum. A class. You know, when you rotate, go to social studies, go to history, go to math, go to science, you need to rotate and go to personal finance. And I'll be happy to sit down with each of you and discuss it and talk about it. Security Mike, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What's up?
How you doing, Dr. Kidd? Hey, well, Cal covered the same thing. Most of the callers were skeptical because you're right, coming from Trump. He's only doing it the 3 years that he's got left.
Which is dumb.
And most people like think it's a ploy because of the midterms coming up, so that's why he's doing it. And then what if there's more black kids being born during that time? He can renege on it.
He can't. It'll be a law.
So,
he can't.
Okay. Well, we're going to see that because I think it's a good idea, too. But most people like Noni, she says she's skeptical, too, coming from him. But most people were cool with it, but most people think it's a ploy as well. So we'll see how it works out.
Okay, so
if I had a little shorty, I'd take that $1,000 out.
Help me how it would be a ploy for somebody to set up something that you can contribute to so that you can guarantee your child literally, before they get to retirement, is a millionaire.
All right, well, let's see how it works. And then they say, well,
no.
More than 3 years.
See, here's the problem. All I need is 3 years. All I need is $1,000. You don't need the whole 3 years.
All right.
You're just doing three people during a. Listen to what I'm saying. If you go in it with that mindset, you're not going to win. You're going to self-sabotage.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's a good thing you're doing. Okay. Yeah.
Raymond, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, how you doing? I'm just I've overheard you saying talking about the trades and how much time it takes for you to make money, and that's not a fact. It only takes 5 years to get 100,000 plus, and that's in the majority of the trades. So it'd be cool if you promoted the other way. Yeah, join the trades. There is money there, and you'll get it within 5 years.
Working how hard? And first of all, thank you for the correction.
No.
I appreciate it.
No, working how hard? No, it's everybody's individual thing, right? Everybody should work hard. I mean, and it's not working hard. It's just you doing your job.
So help me with when you say trades.
I'm a sheet metal worker. Okay.
Let me finish my question.
Go ahead.
So when you say trades, are you saying you work for a company and do your trade for the company, like a heating or HVAC company, or are you talking about you work on a project to say build the expressway that's going on for the next 7 or 8 years? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's one trade. No, yeah, and that's trade. When I'm speaking trades, I'm talking about electricians, HVAC, plumbers.
But where?
That kind of trade.
But where do they
work? Here in Milwaukee.
No, you're not
Where do they work? On our projects. Like I built the Harley-Davidson Museum. I've done Potawatomi. I've done Weston downtown, MML downtown.
So is that different from if I work for like Ken Harris Heating and Plumbing? Is that a different part of trade?
Oh, here's the main thing.
Okay.
You have to go, if you're talking getting the money, the most you're going to get on trades, it's if you go in the union.
There it is.
If you show your knowledge at any other company, they're going to value you and they'll give you your money. I know friends that went to non-union and they're getting more than me, and I'm union.
Okay.
So that's my main point.
So at that point, it doesn't matter. You're correcting me in that it doesn't matter where you work. You can still make it. But is that a 5-year union thing?
Man.
Listen what I'm asking. Is that a 5-year union thing or not?
I guess you can go both.
Okay.
You can climb the ladder at both.
And you can still make that money?
Yes. My friends left. I make about 100 plus a year, a little bit of overtime, but my coworker that left and he went on union, he's being valued with his union knowledge, and he's getting paid a lot more than me. He's getting paid vacation, you name it. So there is money in the trades. For anybody that's listening,
absolutely,
pass that word around. Absolutely. There is money in the trades.
Absolutely. And
within 5 years, you'll get your money.
I got to work 5
problem,
years. Man. 5 years?
5 years, baby.
Oh, man.
5 years, baby.
Oh, man. I'll talk about next week. Brother Christmas coming up.
And we get, and the unit pays for school, too. I didn't pay for none of my school.
Right.
The same union, the same process pays for itself. So it works out, man. I mean, I pass that word to anybody younger than me.
Uh-oh. He just dropped off. I guess he lost his... Because I was about to ask him a question. Hey, bruh, can I hold some? And out with 101.7 The Truth Traffic. Here's Debbie Laziga.
Eastbound 94, right about at 26th Street, we are dealing with a crash that is off on the right shoulder. So watch out for the delays heading through there. Should be just about all cleared up. But we do still have delays from before 84th Street all the way to Holly Road, and then again from about Mitchell Boulevard all the way to 27th. Westbound side's backed up from about 25th to Holly Road. And then on southbound 41, we've got an accident just past Appleton Avenue. That one's blocking the left lane, so definitely seeing delays through that. And those backups continue all the way down past Hampton, with the northbound side slowing from Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy and cold, a low of 7 at the lakefront, 0 inland, with wind chills of 0 to 5 below. Tomorrow, partly sunny, chance of afternoon flurries, a high of 27. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
There's a holiday gift out there that everyone loves. It's compact, tasty, and one size fits all. It's a Cousin Subs gift card. Make your life a little easier. Give your friends and family a better gift this holiday season. Purchase $30 in gift cards today at your favorite Cousin Subs location and receive a certificate for a free 7.5-inch sub. Oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors, it probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Kevin Porter Jr. scored 26 points. Ryan Rollins added 22, and the Milwaukee Bucks overcame the loss of Giannis Antetokounmpo to an injury 3 minutes into the game to beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109 on Wednesday night. Head coach Doc Rivers on the win.
It was a hell of a win. We get down early. We miss wide open great shots, but we just couldn't get anything to fall. Then Giannis gets hurt, and I think we're down like 18. And to fight back, it just shows a lot of stuff about this team.
The 10-13 Bucks will continue their fight to 500 as they host the Philadelphia 76ers this Friday night. And University of Wisconsin Volleyball starts their 2025 NCAA tournament run by taking on Eastern Illinois at UW Fieldhouse today. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You might want to ensure your home remains comfortable before we reach the brutal post-holiday winter, and it's kind of here right now. Yes, Santa Claus is magical, but his elves aren't qualified to build Pella windows. They're just too many options and customizations, and so instead of going through the big red guy, try taking advantage of this Pella deal. 0% interest, 24 months. That's it. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31 of 2025. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 83321. I have not checked the YouTube chat in the entire time I've been here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible. Willie, how's it going? Quanda's here. Study Hall, I'm here. Good evening, Dr. Ken. How are you? Sincere Rodney Ray Real. LT said, I have clothes that have come back in style 3 times. I have a members only jacket. I never had one of those. I always wanted one. Docksiders. Now they call Docksiders something different. And I'm looking at those shoes going, dude, those are Docksiders. Why are you lying to people, telling them there's this new shoe and you're going to charge them all this money for a shoe that we literally bought for $25-$30 with a rubber? So they were first they were deck shoes because you wear them in when you sail because of the rubber on the bottom, and now they call them Docksiders because now, you know, I'm cool. I'm not on a boat, but I can sit on the side on the dock. Never touch a boat, but I look cool in the shoes because it looked like I'm. And now they got them. A pea coat and knit ties. Okay, I'm never wearing a knit tie. That's just trash, dude. Knit tie makes you look... Anyway, can't say that on the radio. SC, how's it going? How are you? Quanda said already starting doing a lot of things since October. Like what? Like what? Anyway. I guess when you get to that last quarter of the year, you start feeling that the year's about to end. And you look back at all the stuff that you should have did and you thought you did, but you didn't do. Miles said, does it have to be a 401k? Can it be used based on the parent or guardian financial planning preference? No, I don't think so. And part of that reason is they want to make sure, first of all, there's not many places it can go. If it goes into an index fund or an index ETF, the commission and the fees are so low that it's not going to make a dent in that money. And even if you decide not to put any money in it, it'll still compound at a decent rate. But we're talking about having access to something where you can get life insurance for your kid, or you can do both, put money in their 401k. Think about that. We changed the law where you can put money into a 401k or a 403b or whatever we're going to call it, where it's non-earned income. Think about that. And we only got 3 years to do it. Man, I might go have me a baby. I'm kidding. Mark, you're the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a comment. I graduated from Milwaukee Public Schools. I've been at a job now. I won't say which company it is. Been in a local area, and obviously I went on and I learned the trades and I got a little. But I've been making over $100,000 to $130,000 a year for the last 20 years. But you got to remember, you don't start out at the top.
I know that.
But at low end, people down my ass are making 50 to 60.
Right. Well, I knew some people that were making significantly less than that.
You got full insurance, full benefits.
But I knew some people who were making significantly less than that. And so that's why I was questioning that. Where do you work? Do you work on some project for the highway and you got this big construction
No.
firm?
This is like
or are you working,
welders.
No. Or are you working at a company, maybe like an HVAC company or something like that? Okay.
No, I'm working at a company where we do machining. Welding.
Got it. Right. That's a baller job.
Those jobs pay well, too.
Dude, that's a baller job, though. Welding? Come on now.
Yeah.
I can never do welding.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't weld. I'll tell you, I don't weld, but...
I can't do it. I'll burn my fingertips off.
Get compensated very well.
Yes, they do. That's dangerous.
I mean, we got guys down there making $180,000 a year as a blue-collar worker.
Yep. We can get rid of the whole...
You think
that's gone. You can forget of the whole blue-collar, white-collar nonsense. That's gone.
Yeah, right. You're right.
My
college don't... I mean, it means something, but you know what? You can make money in a good blue-collar job. You got to start out at a lower level.
Why is it that people think... But why is it that people think that people that went to college are bashing or looking down on people who work in the trades? Because that's just not true. I don't know. What is that?
They kind of do.
In what way?
They kind of do, and it's probably because of unions for one. A lot of people are anti-union, but there's good companies. There's a lot of good companies out there.
You still
and union, non-union, the wages.
But still didn't answer my question.
Why do they look at that? I don't know why they think that. Probably because they think that they went and got a degree that they're above the rest of the people.
Well, they kind of run the company and make all the decisions, so technically they are.
Yeah, but the company I work for, a lot of the people at the top that are making the calls, they still got to work with the people down below to find out exactly what's going on.
Absolutely.
Especially the younger people.
But here's the kicker. But here's the kicker.
Got a guy right out of engineering school.
But here's the kicker.
Got a guy right out of engineering school.
If you felt it that way, you would have started the business yourself and did it.
Yeah.
So you didn't take the risk.
Right, absolutely right.
And you didn't so you don't get the same that everybody else gets who started the company, took the risk, went to school, got the loan, and has to run the day-to-day 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that.
Oh, yeah. But still, you still don't look down at the people that are actually getting.
That doesn't mean they look down on them. That's a self. That sounds okay. Let me hush.
You can go look at a company if the management team doesn't come in, the engineering team doesn't come in, the people on the floor are still going to get the work done. The company's still going to be making money. But if they don't show up, the company ain't making no money.
But doesn't that bring your work ethic into question? That if somebody doesn't come see you and hold your hand and whisper,
no, they don't have to hold our hand. We know how to do our job.
I'm just repeating back how I processed what you said, and I don't come down and see you and pat you on the head and tell you did great, you're doing wonderful, we like it. Then you're gonna stop working?
No, people. I'm just saying if they don't show up, I'm just giving a situation where if the people on the floor don't come into work, no product is being put out. The company's not making money.
You sure? Because they can always find somebody to do it.
You got to respect those people too.
Air traffic controllers found it out. Truck drivers found it out. Welders found it.
Absolutely.
So it's only true to a point. It might make a short-term impact, but they'll replace teachers. They'll replace doctors. I mean, so it can happen.
Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah. Nobody is irreplaceable.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You got to take every guy from the poor sweeper to the CEO of the company. It takes all of you together to work together to make the company go.
That is true.
Make it successful.
So very true. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I love your show, by the way, and I will buy you a cigar someday.
All right.
The cigar man.
I appreciate it.
I listen on my way into work in the morning.
All right.
And I don't remember the guy that talks sports with you. He talks about he owes you lunch. He owes you a cigar. You owe him lunch.
Yep. And I'm still
I'll
waiting.
Take you up on
Whose
that.
side is he on?
He's on my side.
Yep. I'm on board, buddy.
All right.
Hey, I love your show, man. You're a great host, man.
Thank you, sir.
Really appreciate your show.
All right. Thank you.
You have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Saturday night, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Robert Morris Colonials.
Aguilar high on the right side. Defended tightly by Lawson. Takes him off the dribble. Gets inside. Left hand leaner. A scoop for Amar Aguilar. Dixon across the timeline with two. Dixon left of the lane corner. Hubbard, three at the gun. It is pure. It is pure.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing Coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing Coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe Coaches are here to help.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is for all these special people whom God created. Put on this earth. So beautiful indeed. From many. But woman. Such a beautiful lady. The kind you find in a dream.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 8-3. Oh, hate when people do that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, I want to remind you, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and at 1017 The Truth. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a show. Talking Text Line says, does it have to be a 401k? Yeah, it does. If I had kids, I trusted them to do what they say, it would be great, but I don't, so it's crap. That if I had, so you don't trust the kids? Is that what you're saying? LT said, give me the 2000. No, they have to be born during that time. If they're already alive, if they're 10 and under, Michael Dell said he'll give them $250. But at the same time, those same kids who are born will have $1,250. Does that make sense? Okay. So, yeah. Bring back shop class. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Dr. Ken, yeah, I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to skip that for a minute. Lucretia, what's going on? It's, what did it say? What's up, Sir Chance? Y'all write too fast. Y'all write too fast. Say, Dr. Ken, when this happens, you're going to ignore us first and then come back to read our comments. I was referring to decluttering things and people that serve me no peace or value. Who, girl? Stop. I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. So that one guy said, you're going to take my heart away with that song, Dr. Ken. Excuse you? I ain't taking your heart away. I'm not singing that song. Whoa, back up. Back up. Quanda said, right. Sincere was like, what kind of question is that? I don't know what kind of question that is. Quanda said, if you're referring to me, wish you happy Founders Day, just say thank you. As you would say, speak to you first. So, no, I'm not great. Okay. All right. So, I want to officially say to the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, happy Founders Day. Happy 119th Founders Day. We will be the first Black Greek letter organization established for college men to reach 120 years old next year in 2026. So it'll be great. It'll be great. They say, let's start with Dr. Ken and his shenanigans. We will not tolerate being ignored in 2026. Well, then here's what you need to do. We need to figure out a way for you to dial in and be on a video while we do the show. That's the only way we can do it. That's the only way we can do it. We'd have to figure that out. I'm never doing that. Or I could put you on Zoom or Teams and then put you on the show. Yeah, we'll do that. No, we're not going to do that. I ain't crazy. Are you crazy? put fans on Zoom and put them on the air, y'all would. Today, GKB lost their FCC license when 927,000 people all screamed the same word at the same time. Nah, that's okay. No, Quanda, you don't get that. Lucretia, y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. No. So here's the kicker. Here's what I would need. I would need my own screen for just YouTube. That's what I was need. But Ken, I'm not one of them. Ooh, them? Who? You mean them? What do you mean them? Or slow ones? So I knew where you were going with that sarcasm question, but that's why I love you, because you speak in a nice, nasty tone like me. I don't speak in a nice, nasty tone. I'm good people. I like people. I'm making fun. Oh, anyway. So, Quanda. I'm still mad at you because you didn't even walk past 3rd Street Market and the American Family Insurance Studio right here in the heart of 3rd Street Market at 1017 The Truth. You didn't even come by when you was in town to say, hey, wave at the window. Somebody. I'm done with you. I'm mad at you. Yeah, SC, we cutting up. Hey, tune in to The Truth this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for another episode of Forward Together for Kids, presented by City Forward Collective, hosted by Kyle Wallace and Celestin Morgan Jr., Executive Director of City Forward Collective. They'll be joined by, Dr. Kadeem Ruiz of Rocket Ship Schools and Patrick Landry of Notre Dame Schools of Milwaukee, where they'll provide firsthand insight into what's working in their schools and how they can improve student outcome. Again, that's Forward Together with Kids, Saturday, 11:30 a.m., Sunday, 2:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Top 5 at 5 up next.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. Now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide. But finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The Milwaukee County Transit System will not have to completely eliminate routes next year after receiving extra funding in the county's budget. But based on next year's service levels, MCTS President and CEO Steve Fuentes says they're projecting an $18 to $20 million budget gap in 2027.
In 2026, we are still using our remaining $8.5 to $9 million of COVID money. That $8.5 to $9 million will not be there in 2027.
Transit leaders say the 6 routes that were supposed to be cut next year will now operate during peak hours. Bus riders will also see a 75-cent fare increase starting next month to help close the budget deficit. A Milwaukee area investor will serve as the secretary and CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Governor Tony Evers announced appointing John Miller to the role starting later this month. Miller replaces Missy Hughes, who stepped down 2 months ago as she runs for governor in a crowded Democratic field. It's likely a short-term appointment for Miller, as the next governor will select their own department heads in 2027. The Wisconsin State Supreme Court agrees to hear a case to discuss whether ICE detainers are considered legal. The Wisconsin ACLU is suing 5 sheriffs on behalf of Voice de la Frontera for teaming up with the feds to house immigrant detainees for longer than 48 hours. The attorney representing the sheriff's office says the ongoing partnership with ICE is legal. The ACLU claims under state law, police holding someone past their release time because ICE asked for it is unlawful. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Dimitri, Dr. Ken, how you doing? I'm doing great. Let me see. Quanda said, SE, now Dr. Ken really be trying it, or me and I always step up and take that test. Quanda said, you will be my way next year, and I didn't forget, so I think I'll get that cigar for you before GP. And no shade, GP, it's all love. So are you, where are you, Quanda? Because a group of us are going to be down there in Miami. And I'll let you know offline because like we have radio assets down in Florida. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be good. You know, depending on if I go, I might do my show from, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not doing it from, no. But yeah, I'm gonna be down yonder. And yep. That's pretty cool. 833-212-10. I'm sorry. I'm just having a funny time. I'm just, you know, when people open their mouths and they prove who they really are, you shouldn't question sometimes. Even though you really love somebody and care about somebody and this person is your friend or whatever, sometimes you have to hear what it is they're telling you. You have to listen to what it is that person is saying so that you don't make a mistake or think they're not talking to you or think something's going on that's not really going on. Sometimes you have to believe exactly what you hear.
Let's get to breaking news here at 5 o'clock. The Slender Man stabber could be heading back to a mental health institute.
Morgan Geyser's attorney tonight asking a judge to grant a transfer from the jail to a hospital. Investigators say she admitted cutting off her ankle monitor and escaping a group home. Hannah Hilliard is outside the Waukesha County Jail tonight. And Hannah, that is where Morgan Geyser is being held right now for now.
Right, Derek and Deanna. So her attorney today writing this short letter to the court claiming since she is not facing any new criminal charges here in Waukesha, she should be transferred from the county jail to a mental health hospital as she awaits a very critical and high stakes December 22nd revocation hearing that could change her future entirely. Morgan Geyser spent most of her young adult life in Winnebago's mental health hospital after stabbing a classmate 19 times at the age of 12 to please the fictional character Slender Man.
Okay, so the attorney wants her back in a mental health facility. The Waukesha County, I cut my mic off instead of cutting off the line. The Waukesha County District Attorney's Office has nothing to say about where she should go. Are you an idiot or what? Dane County should be charging her with escape. The state of Wisconsin should be charging her with escape. She's a felon. She committed a felony. If she was not mentally stable, you shouldn't have put her in a halfway house. But you said she was fine. And you put her in a halfway house. You put her in a group home. So now she's in a group home. And now you're talking about being nice to her after she broke out, some guy crawling in a window. Nobody ever said whether or not they had a sexual relationship or not. She's a grown woman. He's a grown man. Breaking in at night, crawling in, trespassing. And then they run away together and she cuts off. Are you kidding me? What does this girl have to do to go to jail? Well, all I got is suburban crime. Today I got all suburban crime so that you can see just how idiotic suburban people are and how they skate and skirt around going to jail. Because you and I both know if this little girl was in Milwaukee County and she was black, she wouldn't have even gotten to a mental health facility. They would have locked her butt up in a women's prison and called it a day and tried her as an adult. What are you doing? You ought to be embarrassed to say transfer her from jail to a mental health facility. You cleared her and argued that she should get out because she was sane. Now when she goes out and does what a normal heterosexual adult with a man does, wants to get together, so she cuts off her bracelet, commits felony escape, and breaks away, and you want to put her back in a mental health facility? Suburban people are stupid.
Number 5.
I'm sorry. That was my number 5. I had to jump in. I saw that story and went, what? Waukesha County DA takes no position over not whether or not she should. What you're stupid. You're an idiot. Do your job. You have shown that you have not made the people of Waukesha County safe. You did not make the people of Dane County safe. That girl was in her right mind. Oh, she crazy. Oh, that's why she cut off her ankle bracelet and ran away with a man and figured out how to get all the way to Posen, Illinois. Oh, that? Right. And then when you look at, was everything okay? Then all of a sudden they got mental health issues. I'm telling you, COVID ruined it for a lot of people. It ruined it for the people that actually had mental health issues and got clouded by knuckleheads like this.
Number 4.
From WISN.com, a 64-year-old couple is now hospitalized after a Merton hit-and-run driver hits them, and they're in custody. I'm telling you, I find it interesting that all these crimes happen in the suburbs, but yet you never hear anything about it. You never hear about the victim. If it's in Milwaukee, all you hear about is, oh, the actor, they this, oh my God, it's a black male, it's a black female, they did this, they did that, oh my God, how terrible it is. And then they put up snow totals, and the snow totals list everywhere except Milwaukee. And one of the places they list is a town called, what is it called?
Here.
It's called Merton. And so this little knucklehead town, I'm telling you, you don't have to ever worry about anything happening in Milwaukee. All you got to do is live in Merton.
Waukesha County Sheriff's detectives are asking for your help tracking down the driver in a hit-and-run. Investigators say the driver of this blue sedan you see here hit a 64-year-old couple as they left a bar in Merton on Tuesday night. 12 News' Kendall Keys reports their friend found them injured out in the street.
Main Street in Merton after 8:30 Tuesday.
In front of KJ's watering hole, there are 2 people laying in the roadway, no view.
And so some guy who later turned himself in, 33-year-old, and is in custody. They said footage of a blue sedan struck a 64-year-old man and woman in Main Street. And they called 911. There's 2 people laying in the street outside. But we don't ever get the big story, right? Oh, by the way, right? All this stuff happened in Milwaukee. Oh, and by the way, right? So now you got some guy running somebody over. You got knucklehead Miss Geyser, who should be locked up, but you know, we gotta help her out. You know, she's mentally so she became mentally ill the minute you got her into custody. But outside of that, she was able to figure out how to cut off her bracelet, get with a man, have him slip in her room. You know, he could hit it every now and then go to Illinois, but she's only crazy when she comes back. Okay. Maybe the sex made her crazy. Is that it? Maybe. Anyway, move on.
Number 3.
From WISN.com. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but suburban people this week lost their mind. For some reason, they seemed. Is your environment worth going to jail for? It must be. It must be. And I've never understood what the whole beef was with that. But hey, if that's how you want to roll, that's how you should roll.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
A Port Washington City Council meeting turned into a shouting match, ending with 3 people arrested on Tuesday. All of it because of a recently approved data center.
The $15 billion project has been the focus of protests and high emotion since its approval, but not to the point of arrests until last night. Nick Bohr has a story.
Thank you.
But you did nothing. You laughed.
Fiery comments about the new data center being built north of downtown Port Washington led to what police are calling disorderly conduct at the city council meeting Tuesday. When the speaker refused to leave, she was forcibly removed and arrested, along with 2 other women who got involved, later cited for disorderly conduct and released. Activist William Walter took video as they were taken away.
And I've never seen a response like that in my life. What I did see was a lot of members of the Port Washington community who are really frustrated that they're being ignored and they're being dismissed by their elected officials.
Well, this was y'all been ignoring and dismissing black people for 250 years. Welcome to the club. That's all I got to say. Welcome to the club. When we complain about stuff, that's exactly what we get. Nobody hears us. It's not really important because the majority wants this, and that's just how it is. Okay, welcome to the club. See, when COVID came, it equalized America. It made people who had access not have access, and not all, but a good number of black people never had access. So you going without, it's hard for me to be compassionate when I've been going without my whole life up until maybe, 15, 20 years ago. So what we doing? And now y'all starting to get upset about things that we've been telling y'all about for the last 20 years. Y'all don't listen. Oh, well.
Number 2.
From Fox6Now.com, a Wisconsin youth. When you hear this story, I'm going to tell you. Did you hear this story? A Wisconsin youth soccer club director is accused of trying to fly overseas to have sex with a child. Part of an international undercover operation. Justin Kagerbauer is charged in federal court with multiple sex crimes. On Tuesday, a judge ordered the 46-year-old detained pending trial. Here's how wild it was. A flight bound for New York's JFK International Airport took off from Chicago O'Hare on Thanksgiving morning. Federal agents, now listen close, federal agents planned to arrest Kagerbauer at the airport, but he never made it. You know why? 2 hours later, court records showed that 46-year-old was in U.S. Marshal Service at the federal courthouse. He appeared before a magistrate that afternoon. For months, prosecutors said he had been talking with who he thought was a woman in the UK with a 9-year-old niece, and it was actually an undercover UK cop. Court filings said he wrote that he was interested in girls 6+, like 6 years old plus, as well as, I have no experience, but I would love to, and it would be a dream come true. The undercover officer and Kagerbauer chatted more than 100 times between March and November, reiterating plans to visit the woman and the 9-year-old in November. JetBlue told federal investigators Kagerbauer bought a one-way ticket to Heathrow Airport in London via JFK for November 27th. From court filings and archive websites, they learned that Kagerbauer was an architect for Heartland Home Builders and served as the director of tryouts and accounts receivable for the Franklin-based Croatian Eagles soccer club. Prosecutors did not mention any allegations involving the club or the children, and they made, of course, attempts to contact them, and they never heard back.
What?
Wasn't it front page news? Nope. Why not? Every single story I've read to you today was somebody white in a suburb that ain't nobody heard the story. And then you come out with Morgan Geyser about, hey, by the way, yeah, they want to send her back to the mental health institution. They don't want to charge her. Huh? No. They're having a revocation hearing. You know what a revocation hearing is? That's when you break away or you do something that goes against your probation so they can revoke you and give you the original sentence. So what was the original sentence? Like 20, 30, 40 years? Then that's what she would get. And you ain't going back to a mental institution. And if you do go to a mental institution, you stay in the whole time. Let that be a deterrent. But somehow they're going to mess it up. They're going to mess it up. But just need to, just like they were talking about when she needs to go to a mental institution. She's sick. But if you're a 10-year-old boy with mental health issues and you shoot your mother, well, we're going to try you as an adult. You wasn't watching Morgan Geyser, and you're sure not watching your children today.
Number 1.
From WISN 12, Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. 2 men are in custody on kidnapping charges after a missing 16-year-old from Manitowoc was found, you ready? In Wyoming. Two Rivers police said family told them last Friday the teen did not show up for work, and she was last seen being picked up from a friend's house by a male in a sedan. That vehicle was stopped in Wyoming on Saturday with the 16-year-old inside. 2 men inside the vehicle said they were paid to pick up and take the teenager to Utah. That's according to police. They were also being investigated for their immigration status, and police did not say who paid them to take the teens, as police say they're still investigating the incident. So what I'm hearing from what you say is you're about to traffic this girl and ship her down south somewhere to some other country or some Slavic country overseas somewhere, and you never see her again. How did your 16-year-old get in a car with somebody she don't know or might know and end up in Wyoming? What is wrong with you? So I just wanted you to have a taste of what it's like to live in a suburb in Milwaukee. And when everybody talks about how bad it is and nothing bad, don't go south of Highway 60 because everything bad happens south of Highway 60, that's a lie.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Looking for a fun and meaningful way to kick off the holiday season? Join us for the 20th anniversary of Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, Saturday, December 13th at the Kasmeric Center in Grafton. This free, family-friendly event is a celebration of giving. Bring a new, unwrapped toy and help brighten the holidays for children and families in need across Wisconsin. To learn more or get involved, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com and join us on December 13th in Grafton.
Your big night deserves more than just music. Prom, homecoming, graduation, weddings, corporate gatherings. Every occasion deserves a soundtrack that elevates the moment. I'm Kyrie, DJ Ree Maniac Brooks, community leader and your dedicated DJ. From the very first consultation to the last track, I'll make sure every detail aligns with your vision. For more information about how you can make your event unforgettable, visit www.djreemaniac.com. That's www.djreemaniac.com. Make your event an experience with DJ Ree Maniac.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Drop it on two. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So I'm going to finally get to the first story I was supposed to get to an hour and a half ago because y'all triggered me, and then it went south from there. So, anyway. NYGP.
What's up?
I got 2 words to say to you.
I'm listening.
Giannis, go.
I mean, it looked worse than it was. Obviously, they ruled it a calf strain, but I think everybody's heart sank to their toes when he went down and kind of didn't jump back up, like they're used to him seeing. But with all the rumors that are kind of going on, again, it's starting to become more realistic that he will not be a Buck within the next year, if not 2 years.
See, somebody should have bet on it then.
Oh, you can bet on that right now. There's a marketplace you can bet on the next team that he ends up going to. So I don't know what the odds are, but I'm assuming the Knicks are kind of at the top of that list. I know they're floating the Thunder out there because the Thunder have a lot of draft capital to use. So
and I guess now they put a cap on those. I forget what you call those side bets that aren't part of the game. What do you call those?
Props.
When you make a prop bet,
yes,
they put a cap on those.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
because now people were like, I know you're gonna do it, and I want to bet like $5,000 and walk away with $67 million. You're like, wait, what? Because the odds, right? You have insider. So I think they capped them at like $200, like $200 or something.
I think so, but I think that was specifically for pitching. I think it was
right,
like
that's just for well,
yeah, because
pitching is the easiest one. Because how do you prove it? It's the best crime you could ever commit because nobody knows.
That is true until you get caught, though. But
how do you get caught?
You know how people talk. You leave text messages, calls, all types of others. I'm pretty sure they had to have tapped a couple phones, secured a couple phones, and I went through group chats, messages, all types of other stuff. But you have to do a lot of digging to find out stuff like that.
There's a place out in Utah and Wyoming that literally collects everything you do, with or without a warrant.
Like a central,
and they retrieve it from there when you get so. I don't know why people tripping. Nothing you've ever said. If you sent something and you're married and you said something to the hot girl and she sent it back to you, it's somewhere out there. So when you get caught, just say yes, I did. Don't try. What's that? It's encrypted. But I have the key though. Like what? It's just, and so somebody's gonna bet on it, but I think it's a problem with the Bucks putting all of their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that's been the problem for the franchise. Obviously, championship in 2021, so your 5 to 10 year plan essentially did work out. Obviously, no one would have expected Giannis to become who he has become.
You mean your 4-year plan?
But you put the right guys around him for the right time, and so no matter how his tenure ends, it was a success, by all means. But there's a sour taste left in Giannis's mouth right now. That's what the problem essentially is. He's committed to winning. He's done everything that he's needed to do. You don't think so? As the face of the franchise, he's been a great ambassador for the team.
I think they threw away. See, they pulled a Reinsdorf. You know what I mean by that? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, they put a limit on their window, basically.
They put a limit on their window.
Yeah.
And so you got rid of the players that played with Giannis that made him win. Like somewhere in your brain, you should understand Michael Jordan could not have done anything he did without those 4 other players. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. He'll even admit that. He could not have done it without those other 4 players. And when one of the players didn't go right, they removed them and put somebody else in, but they still, like Michael complained about the crazy one, the one with the hair, until he played. And then he went, yep, y'all got to keep doing it. To the point where he got on a plane and went to Vegas to pick him up, to bring him back. Like, you do what you have to do. They didn't do that. They did. They pulled a Reinsdorf.
Yep.
Oh, we won. Okay, let's get rid of everything. And now you got Giannis, and that's it.
Yeah, it's tougher. I think they wanted to get younger. I think they didn't feel like they could maximize what they had coming out of 2021.
Younger is not going to win it.
It doesn't.
Experience is going to win it.
But you have to cut costs where needed. Again, Drew Holiday, they brought him in.
It's not working.
Great addition, great piece. He was a great defender, great scorer. They had P.J. Tucker, who essentially camped in the corner, but he was kind of the heart and soul.
But none of that matters.
Along with Bobby.
You're not winning. None of that matters.
It doesn't. It depends. I think
that's the lie young people tell about young people. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You have zero experience playing in the NBA, but we're going to say I'm going to come in and change everything. You've got no experience to draw on. The older person tries to tell you, hey, dude, you got to do it like this. I'm not doing it like that. This is a new day. Oh, okay. And now we got what we got.
Well, they say a hard head makes a soft, you know what. But
well, no, it's going to make a broke wallet.
He said a broke wallet. Oh, man. You know, I don't know. It's tough. I think, again, if this is a reality, it
is.
But it comes down to management, though. It comes down to management. I think
Stop being a Gen Z.
I'm not being a Gen Z. I think
if it's a reality, they reported it. We talk it.
Until it comes out of his mouth, I choose not to believe it. My thing is,
he took all of his stuff off of his social media.
I don't pay any attention
that
to
says
that.
Bucks.
That's so cryptic.
He
I feel
took
like
it all off.
There's a social media manager. You think
He's
Giannis runs his own Instagram account?
Giannis is rolling out. Yes, he has his own account. He accesses his own account.
You think he's posting and
yes.
Get out of here. I don't believe that.
Listen to what I'm telling you. That company, even if it's a company, is not going to do what he tells them to do. If he says take it down, it's down. And it's down. Like, look, I got to hit you in the head with a hammer for you to believe it's a hammer? Or can you just look at it and see it as a hammer?
That is a fair point. He didn't hit him in the head with a hammer, and they're still, dude, just trade him. Well, the thing is, you have to figure out what the asking price will be. What is...
You know what the asking price is.
But that's the thing. What is enough to set up the Bucks for success in another 4 to 5 years? There's going to be a down period. But
the Bucks are not going to have success the next 4 to 5 years.
That's the thing. How many picks does it take for you? And you have to factor players in as well. The salaries have to match. You have to garner at least a star, a serviceable role player, a great young player, and maybe 2 or 3 picks for Giannis.
You're thinking like 2025. But when you go back and look at all those teams, those older teams, you know, the Steph Currys and the LeBrons and the Jordans, what did they do to win? They had 8 players. 8 players. They had to have 3 stars so that whenever 1 or 2 of them are out, the rhythm never stops. And that's what they did. And they won every single time. Every single time. That's exactly what what's his name did when he went to L.A., when he left the Bulls, every single time. But yet nobody sees it. How did he do that? He just repeated it. Give me 8 players. Then I need 2 up-and-comers that are great, 6-man, and we got it.
I think the Thunder have broken that mold, though. All of their talent is young and acquired, more or less. Shai Gilgeous is the only one that was acquired through trade.
Young and what? What would you say? Young and what? Acquired?
Yes, acquired.
There you go. Because part of the experience is going from this to this. Doesn't matter how old you are, it's the experience. So when you've had a couple of those, it matures you like that. So when I've been at this team, and then I went to that team, and then I went to that counts more than anything. The problem with Giannis, he hasn't been traded. If you think he's great, trade him. And watch how he plays for another team. Because he's going to take all of that and bring it to the new team. Look at, what's his name? Who left here, went to another team, and now he's playing like crazy. So we forget that experience is everything, but a lot of players have only been at one team. And so they don't have that transition in mindset to go, I can actually, can you imagine him ramping his game up?
It would be unimaginable. I don't know if he could play any harder than he already does.
Yep. Michael Jordan would not have won the third three-peat had he not left. He had to leave, play at the bottom, and then come back and just play better than he's played in his entire career. That kind of thing. That's what Giannis is going to have to do. And he might come back to the Bucks.
I don't see a world where he comes back. It depends on how ugly this divorce essentially is.
It's not going to be ugly.
He's under contract until 28. They can keep him, and they can just make it work.
It's not going to be ugly.
But they can put holes on the remedy. They can patch this up as best as they want to for the next 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you want nobody to want to come to the Bucks, they're going to fix it. Because you don't want other people. You got some players that are looking to come to the Bucks, waiting on Giannis to leave, or you have players who haven't been drafted yet that are looking to come to the Bucks. But if they see you treat him like that, it's going to be like Green Bay used to be. I just hope I don't get drafted at Green Bay. Like what? You said that publicly? Now people look to get drafted to come to Green Bay. So history, experience, it's the time.
It does matter. It does matter.
It's coming. He's going to be fire if he leaves. Man, they better find some people to put around him because he can't do it by himself.
I don't think there's anything that we have going out or that we could send out that would acquire somebody else that's worth making an extra push or something that could get us over the hump. I don't know who you deal from this team right now that's that valuable.
Watch this. Who wants to come here? Because that's the other part that nobody looks at. Who wants to come here?
There's some young guys. I mean, there's the whole John Morant situation. There's Trae Young who might want to leave Atlanta.
No. I'm not talking about you want to leave Atlanta. That's not what I'm talking about. I said, who wants to come here? That's the question that needs to be asked. That's the question that's not asked that nobody's looking at. We always look at, well, they're having trouble over there, so we're going to make it a better place for them here. No, I'm not making you a better place. That's like me transferring you from prison in Wisconsin to prison in Minnesota because Minnesota will be better. No, it's still prison. We need somebody that wants to be here. When they found somebody that wanted to be in Green Bay, they rebuilt that team, and it became phenomenal. Do the same thing with the Bucks. That's all I'm saying. But you don't understand because you're from New York. Y'all just used to walking over people and running over people, winning everything, winning all the games.
We haven't been that great in the last 5 or 10 years. We haven't been that great.
I almost said something, but I just can't because it's like he wasn't alive. So I can't. He doesn't even have a reference point. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Well, we do have a crash on 894 southbound right about at Beloit Road. The right shoulder is blocked, so watch out for that. Delays coming in from Greenfield Avenue. And then on northbound 43 at Kilbourne, we got another accident there. That's off on the left shoulder. Delays kind of kicking in from Beecher Street all the way up, almost from Lapham, my goodness, all the way through the Marquette up past Locust. Southbound is starting at Locust, hitting the brakes and riding those brakes all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River. We've got southbound on 41 backed up from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive, northbound from Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring, and the bypass heading westbound. Give yourself some extra time coming out of the Mitchell Interchange. It's going to be slow all the way to about Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, becoming blustery again and still chilly with increasing clouds, a low of 10 at the lakefront, 6 inland. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a bit blustery with the chance for a few flurries later on in the afternoon, possibly a wintry mix later in the day, a high of 28. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin winters can be tough, and so are higher energy bills. The Community Advocates Milwaukee County Energy Assistance Program is ready to help you. Eligible Milwaukee County residents can receive help with their energy bills and weatherization benefits to keep you warm and help you manage your heating and electric bills. Schedule your personal appointment at keepwarmmke.org or call 414-270-4653. For more details about locations and hours of operation, go to communityadvocates.net. This program is administered by the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Center update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. Kevin Porter Jr. scored 26 points. Ryan Rollins added 22, and the Milwaukee Bucks overcame the loss of Giannis Antetokounmpo to an injury 3 minutes into the game to beat the Detroit Pistons 113-109 on Wednesday night. Head coach Doc Rivers on the win.
It was a hell of a win. We get down early. We missed wide open great shots, but we just couldn't get anything to fall. Then Giannis gets hurt, and I think we're down like 18. And to fight back, it just shows a lot of stuff about this team.
The 10-13 Bucks will continue their fight to 500 as they host the Philadelphia 76ers this Friday night. And University of Wisconsin Volleyball starts their 2025 NCAA tournament run by taking on Eastern Illinois at UW Fieldhouse today. This True Sports Update was brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Yep. It's only a matter of time, and he gone. Y'all gonna be like, oh, I remember when Giannis used to be here. So I was reading a story. Oh, hang on, before I do it, I don't want to get hollered at. Hang on, let me double check the talking text line, because, you know, I don't want Quanda hollering at me. Hey, but you didn't listen to. Quanda said, "Goodness, oh wow." You want me to read that on the air, or is that a yes or no? So Wayne said the apprenticeship program is a 5-year program, and that's when you make $35,000, $40,000 when you're new or part-time, working part-time for. I know somebody that's 10 years older, Wayne, making $39,000, $40,000 a year. And I think they've been in it like 5-7 years, something like that. So, but they're working on it. Since 2019, no NBA team has won multiple championships. So to say the Bucks' 5-year failed means that every team in the NBA's 5-year plan has failed. The Bucks' 5-year failed means that every team in the... Yeah, they did. Everybody had a 5-year plan. Is he talking to you, Glenn? That 5-year plan,
I said it was a success in the last 5 years.
No, it wasn't.
They have one championship in the last 5 years.
Then it wasn't a success.
So it has to be a dynasty now?
You at least got to win a couple in 5 years? Yeah.
It's hard enough to get there. If you get one in 5 years, that's a success.
Okay. No, they're 5 years are up, right? Okay. All right. What's this? I'm just, and that's good news, Quanda. I'm just saying that's great news. I don't know if you want that on the air or not, so I'm not going to read it on the air. But you said that was for you. I read those. You needed to know. Okay, good. All right. Somebody said it's a full moon, so I'm staying in. Dude, I'm staying in because it's 3 degrees. Matter of fact, I haven't checked the temperature. I'm telling you, I came in with a lineup of what I wanted to talk about. I literally have only talked about 2 things and did the top 5 at 5. Actually, I talked about 1 thing and then did the top 5 at 5. And then after the top 5 at 5, I did 1 thing. Because y'all got stuck on Giannis. Notice it's never me, right? It's always you all. It's never me. I would never get stuck on Giannis. So I got this story, and I gotta put it out quick because I want y'all to give me a poll right quick to see, because it irks me, but it really doesn't. You tell me. So a proposed tavern in Sherman Park was opposed by the residents. Milwaukee Common Council committee recommended denying liquor and entertainment licenses for a proposed tavern in the Sherman Park neighborhood. Residents in a local business district opposed the tavern, citing concerns about traffic, parking, and overall concentration of similar businesses. The committee's denial was based on the proposed location's proximity to a church and the number of similar businesses in the area. Now, the business owners expressed disappointment, questioning the consistent application of zoning rules, but plan to open the social club without serving alcohol. So, you mean inconsistent rules? Because this says questioning the consistent application of zoning rules. Does that make any sense to you? Hey, GP, you keep doing everything the right way. And I know there's a checklist and there's a standard operating procedure that you're supposed to do, but you keep following it. And we need you to stop following it so we can get what we want. PolarFacts LLC was denied a Class B tavern license, a food dealer license, and a public entertainment license to hold music and live performances for the proposed lounge. Where was it? 4435 West Fond du Lac. Michael Corder, along with his business partner, Robert Talley, who owns the building, wanted to open a social club geared toward a mature crowd featuring Chicago-style step-in, a dance style popularized in that city. Who wrote this? You ought to be ashamed, Larissa. The committee voted on December 2nd to deny the tavern license based on the concentration of similar businesses proximate to a church. Business seeking a liquor license must be 300 feet from a church, a daycare center, or a school. The vote was 4-0, with Alderman Mark Chambers sustaining. The full Common Council is to review the recommendation at its December 16th meeting. Alderman DeAndre Jackson, whose district includes the proposed tavern, did not support the license based on residents' feedback. Thank you, Alderman DeAndre Jackson. You actually did what you were elected for. Represent the citizens where you live. The vote comes after opponents and supporters of the tavern addressed the committee. Residents raised concerns about all the stuff that's going on, vape shops and fast food joints, and plus past bad actors. The people's choice is not to support this application in this community, said Maurice Wentz of the Fond du Lac Area Business Improvement District. They also added it does not align with the district's mission to foster health and equity in the community. You don't get to say what somebody else's equity is. You only get to say what yours is. I think if it wasn't near a church and a school, it would not be an issue. But because it is, that's the rule that they're upholding, and that's the rule that they're going to take. And I think that is accurate.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Saturday night, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to take on the Robert Morris Colonials.
Aguilar high on the right side. Defended tightly by Lawson. Takes him off the dribble. Gets inside. Left hand leaner. A scoop for Amar Aguilar. Dixon across the timeline with two. Dixon left of the lane corner. Hubbard, three at the gun. It is pure. It is pure.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
You know, it's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources, Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Your benefits, competitive. And you built a culture so healthy, it's practically kombucha. Also, you can recruit the best. Building the strong workforce your company needs, that's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where skills get built, best practices get hands-on practice, and industry-led programs equip candidates for their first day. Going up. By graduation day. Here's to turning real up-and-comers into your next hires. Here's how you get there. Here at MATC.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Quanda said, no, Dr. Ken, you gonna call a spade a spade. You was more hot and bothered about the good old suburban news. That's why you didn't get your news for today. Do better, teacher. Have a good night, class. And I told Quanda, it ain't that serious. Again, I want to say congratulations and happy anniversary to my beloved brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, 119 years. The first Black Greek letter organization for collegiate men. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I do believe the analysis is coming up next, and so we'll be hanging out and doing some things, and we'll be back, and you'll get Tori Lowe, and you'll get the morning show, and you'll get that dude called Sherwin, but now I just told it's Sherwin. So, I know, man, I'm not talking to you no more. See, I can't mess people up and then I got to tell the truth that it's actually Tori Lowe. Like, why you got to do this? See, that's the problem. GP is too honest. We got to break him of that. That's that New York stuff. Got to break him of that. Got to break him. Tori Lowe show's coming up. We'll have a great evening. I'll see y'all on Pop-Off Friday tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Thank you, GP.
Be quiet.
Appreciate you. I'm out.